Was of the normal Lotus O deltoid type placed in panendermic semi-boloid slots of the stator. Every seventh conductor being connected by a non-reversible Tremie pipe to the differential girdle spring on the up end of the gram meters. Moreover, whenever fluorescent score motion is required, it may also be employed in conjunction with a drawn reciprocation dingle arm to reduce sinusoidal depleneration. The retroencabulator has now reached a high level of development.
Welcome to Electrified. It's your host, Dylan Loomis. I hope you all had a great weekend, and a big thank you to my newest Patreon supporters, Bob, Carl, Eric, and James. I greatly appreciate it. So, as you can see on Twitter, Tristan shared an update from Tesla. Basically, as they said, thank you to everybody that attended AI Day, and as you can see in the intro, they said, as a vertically integrated AI and robotics company. So I'm mentioning this potential rebrand of Tesla because there was a lot of negativity after AI Day, specifically with the Tesla bot. I suppose that's to be expected, but I just want to remind everybody, this event was not for the general public. It was not for Wall Street. It was to hire the very best AI and computer science talent on the planet. And what better to get that talent excited to work for Tesla than working on a Tesla bot? Definitely something that is next level and something that they can get excited about on top of Tesla Dojo. And the only other thing that I want to add for now is that Elon has been doubted since day one. People said electric vehicles are only going to be golf carts, and here we are today. So sure, Elon might not be on time. The Tesla bot, maybe we don't see it for 3, 5, maybe 7, 10 years, but all I'm saying is I've learned to not doubt Elon, to not doubt Tesla. So with those two mentioned, that's enough for now, and we'll definitely circle back around later, but there's a lot to get to today. Let's start off the week with a rumor from Troy Tesla. Fremont might use LFP cells from China for the standard range Model 3 and Y starting October 1st, and the Model Y production at Giga Texas and Berlin will start with 2170 cells instead of the 4680. Honestly, I don't think this is really news. We've kind of known this for some time, as Elon and Tesla mentioned a few weeks ago that they had a backup plan to not use the structural pack and to start with the 2170s at the new factory. So this is just confirmation of that news. And if you go to Elon's comments from July 26, you see we have some backup plans with a non-structural pack and 2170s. So at this point, I would expect Giga Texas and Giga Berlin to start off the Model Ys with a non-structural pack and the 2170s. Now, how hard is it going to be to transfer these lines over to the 4680s? Nobody really knows, but if Tesla is making this decision, I'm sure they have a plan for when the 4680s are ready. Nothing for us to worry about. Wanted to share a quick little anecdote with you of somebody finding a Tesla R80 Roadster, and there is some more context that I want to share with you guys about this car in particular. So shout out to Deed West here on Reddit for his due diligence. This is maybe Roadster 609, one of the highest mileage Roadsters in North America with over 170K miles and counting. The R80 badge signifies the 3.0 upgrade, which bumped the range from 244 to 340 miles when it was offered between 2015 and 18. It was discontinued for several years until the recent weeks where it is reportedly being installed in cars again. It's remarkable that the company still produces upgraded battery packs for a limited production, out of warranty, and discontinued vehicle. And how did Deed West come to this information? He's been keeping a database for 10 years on the Roadster production numbers and build specs, and in this case, he met the owner a few weeks ago, so thank you for that info. Next up, thank you to my patron Eric, who shared this article with me that definitely got lost in the shuffle that is AI Day, but this is very important. So NHTSA may reinstate boost and automaker fines for not meeting emissions rules. The agency, NHTSA, is giving the public 30 days to comment on whether it should reinstate the 2016 rule that would impose higher penalties effective with the 2019 model year. So for the automakers that failed to meet certain fuel efficiency requirements over recent years, this decision could end up costing these automakers hundreds of millions of dollars, if not into the billions. And the hike could cost FCA hundreds of millions of dollars while also boosting the value of credits sold by Tesla. So under President Obama, the higher penalties were set to start with 2019 model years, but then the Trump administration suspended the hike and agreed, and a court decision ruled that the effective date was going to be for the 22 model year and forward. So basically, NHTSA is giving the public time to comment on whether they think these rules should be implemented for the 2019 models, which would be more harsh for the automakers than the delay to the 22 models. And as you can see, this all started back in 2015 when NHTSA issued rules to raise fines to $14 from $5.50 for every 0.1 mile per gallon that new cars and trucks consume in excess of the required standards. So we will wait over the next few weeks to see how NHTSA proceeds with this matter. A quick design update for the Model X. As you can see on the configuration page, now the 20-inch Cyberstream wheels are black. They were previously silver. And yes, the upgraded 22-inch turbine wheels, an extra 5,500, are kind of black, more gunmetal though, if you will. Many people definitely like this option, as many were planning to powder coat the wheels this color anyway, so I think this is overall a great move by Tesla. And since we're here, the delivery timelines for the Model X are March to April for both the long range and the Plaid. With regard to Tesla Dojo, there was a great article by Dylan Patel on semianalysis.com, and I've linked it below if you want to go ahead and read it. I'm not going to go through it because it is very technical, but I think some of you that are, well read in this space, that it would be very beneficial if you take a look. But I just want to fast forward basically to the end where he says, if their claims are true, Tesla has one-upped everyone in the AI hardware and software field. I'm skeptical, but this is also a hardware geek's wet dream. Semi-analysis is trying to calm down and tell ourselves to wait and see when it is actually deployed in production. Now, I'm sharing this in the next topic because sure, it's great to hear from all of the YouTubers what they think about Tesla Dojo and AI Day, but look, ultimately, to really understand what's going on, to really understand whether what Tesla just said at AI Day is truly revolutionary or groundbreaking, we need to actually hear from true experts in the field. Because look, myself and not all, but many other YouTubers were enough to be dangerous, but we're definitely not experts. I do not proclaim to be, so we need to go to the actual experts and see what their reactions are. I mean, really, where are you going to put more value? On a middle school student that watched one video on heart surgery, or on a heart surgeon that's been practicing for 40 years with over 20,000 surgeries performed? There's most of the YouTube community, the middle schoolers, and then there's the experts in the field. So I'm definitely more of a middle schooler than an expert in the field. But the beautiful thing is the internet gives us direct access to some of the experts in the field, so us middle schoolers can continue to learn and grow. So I want to share this quick clip by Lex Friedman, who is an absolute OG in the computer science and AI field. So let's listen to what he had to say briefly about Tesla AI Day.
Tesla AI Day presented the most amazing real-world AI and engineering effort I have ever seen in my life. I wrote this and I meant it. Why was it amazing to me? No, not primarily because of the Tesla bot. It was amazing because I believe the autonomous driving task and the general real-world robotics perception or planning task is a lot harder than people generally think. And I also believed the scale of effort in algorithm, data, annotation, simulation, inference compute, and training compute required to solve these problems is something no one would be able to do in the near term. Yesterday was the first time I saw in one place just the kind and the scale of effort that has a chance to solve this, the autonomous driving problem, and the general real-world robotics perception and planning problem. This includes the neural network architecture and pipeline, the autopilot compute hardware in the car, the Dojo compute hardware for training, the data and the annotation, the simulation for rare edge cases, and yes, the generalized application of all of the above beyond the car robot to the humanoid form. Let's go through the big innovations.
Of course, I have linked Lex's full video below. I would highly encourage you go watch it. I love Lex Friedman. He has taught me so much. And honestly, he had one video about time blocking that genuinely changed my life. So he's a great guy to follow, but link below. Check it out. And so here we have it, the Model Y invasion in Europe begins. The first deliveries of the Model Y have been reported in several European territories like Germany and Norway. Now, I think this is actually a really big deal, and I want to watch this roll out closely because To date, I think a lot of Europeans have thought that Tesla's build quality specifically out of Fremont was poor, so a lot of people are waiting to see what the build quality from the made in China vehicles are like, and all of these vehicles, specifically the Model Y, are coming from Shanghai. So yes, it's actually very important that these initial vehicles are received well in these countries, because ahead of the Giga Berlin ramp, we want most of the public perception to be, wow, these cars are very well built, because this area specifically is used to cars being very well built. And like I said, vehicles out of Tesla Fremont have not been meeting the standards for this location. And it's kind of cool that the first Model Y delivery in Germany happened at a site that used to be a facility operated by Porsche. Kind of ironic. This also shared by Alex, as that former Porsche center is now a Tesla delivery center. And David on Twitter shared some pictures of the Model Y, but more importantly, it was queued for an hour to get in, but he said it was worth the wait. The build quality on this made in China car was excellent, noticeably a step up on his Model 3 and equal to anything he's ever seen driven in Germany. Mikey shares, great car, love mine, one of the first 1,000 delivered. Tesla Adri shares, can confirm he just took delivery, amazing car, big step up from the Model 3 with some pictures. And let's just keep this train going with some new rumors that the Model Y production rate at Shanghai may have reached 1,000 units per day. This coming after the plant was upgraded over a 4-day pause. Now, doing some quick math, if we take 350 days to allow for about 2 weeks of factory shutdown time throughout the year, 1,000 times 350 is about 350,000 units per year. So that would be just Model Ys, add in the Model 3s, and you're looking at between 700 to 800,000 vehicles just coming out of Giga Shanghai. Now this would be, once again, just an annualized run rate, but definitely good news for the factory moving forward. Now, as you can see, this rumor is coming from Wuwa, who does the drone flyovers at Shanghai. Basically, the Model Y has seemingly eclipsed the Model 3 rate of 800 units per day, and it can be said Model Y production has entered the high yield stage. And as previously mentioned by Tesla, the main production for Q3 is export. Quick update here on Deutsche Bank. So Emmanuel Rosner reiterated their buy rating on Tesla, basically saying they came away with a greater appreciation for Tesla's efforts in AI. They found several breakthroughs to be particularly impressive. They say, moreover, this compute platform could ultimately be sold as a service to other machine learning use cases, especially those that require massive scale. The analyst focused on the neural network, which he described as arguably the most advanced in the car industry today. I don't even think it's arguable. It is. And the breakthroughs was Tesla predicting in the 3D vector space rather than image space projections, which are 2D. Also, Tesla is fusing seamlessly the camera sensor data before detection, as opposed to individually detecting and doing the machine learning first and then combining only on the decisions. And third, Tesla is using video context to model vector space and also time, aka the fourth dimension. Put it all together and it gives you a much more robust platform to solve for end-to-end autonomous driving. And last thing for today, if you're interested, Rich Rebuilds uploaded a video taking a closer look at the Model S Plaid. He personally doesn't do a whole lot for me, but I know many people are into what he does, so that video is linked below if you want to check it out. But that's all for today. Please take a second to like the video if you did. I hope you have a great day, and a big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters.